We have a situation here where, God, how do I explain this? That somebody had some heart work done, and they tried to inject a foreign substance into an IV line that would possibly kill the patient.
They injected something into the line, but do we know what that something is?
Yep, fecal matter.
Pardon me?
Fecal matter.
Okay.
That's shocking, right? You weren't expecting to hear that. Well, this is a story you're not going to soon forget.
A shocking, and I mean really shocking, accusation of attempted murder. Police say a woman tried to kill her husband by contaminating his IV. And even worse, as Christine Harrington explains, it's how she tried to contaminate it.
Chandler police say this woman, 65-year-old Rosemary Vogel, a registered nurse who at one time worked here at Chandler Regional Hospital, allegedly attempted to kill her husband Thursday by injecting fecal matter into his IV. Police say the Chandler Regional Hospital lab tested the brown fluid, which was determined to be fecal matter. Tonight, Rosemary Vogel remains behind bars, while her husband...
This man remains in the hospital. He's in a recovery process from this attempt on his life.
Rosemary Vogel faces a couple felony counts, including attempted first-degree murder and abuse.
Whoa. So I take it the marriage wasn't very stable. Yeah, I'm guessing, reading into this a little bit.
Well, it's crazy to me because people will come up with all forms of figuring out a way to, well, how can I off my spouse, right? I mean, let's face it, people think about this.
I don't.
Not in healthy relationships, but fecal matter in an IV bag.
And she was a nurse.
And she is a nerd, yeah.
Actually, it's pretty smart. Fecal matter contains a lot of bacteria, hundreds of viruses.
You know, when we talk about, for women, we'll always say, okay, don't wipe back to front because you're going to transfer fecal bacteria into your urinary tract. You're going to get a UTI. Well, you take fecal matter and those bacteria, put it right into your blood vessel, you can get sepsis really quickly and die within 24, 48 hours.
And that's what we have to understand, that the issue is she injected it right into his IV line, which is like opening up the floodgates into the blood system, versus if it goes through your system via your mouth, it takes a while, and not all of it's going to be absorbed into the blood system, but there, it's all at once.
But you know what's interesting? It makes me recall a night I was in the ER once, and I don't know if I've told this story on the show before, but I had a gentleman come in cardiac arrest and ended up having to place a breathing tube down, but he was actually improving. And his wife came storming in and said, he has an advance directive, he doesn't want any of this, take that out. And she basically wanted to force me to quit giving her husband care. And as the night went on and his daughter showed up...
And you could tell this wasn't because she cared about him and didn't want to see him suffer.
At the time, I didn't know. This is why we always err on the side of treating.
You need to see it in writing.
Sure. Well, it turns out that she wanted him dead, and she was kind of hoping that I would withdraw care and so he could pass. Point is that people who know healthcare, Ian, you know, who are in these settings, they're sometimes thinking of what are ways that I could potentially
not have to deal with this person.
No, because as a nurse herself, she probably went into many patients' rooms, put medicine in an IV. Nobody, you know, when a nurse is doing that, nobody's like looking over their shoulders.
And the truth is, it wouldn't take much fecal matter.
No.
You know,
it is so loaded with bacteria and viruses, and because it's going right into your blood system.
She had been feeding him bacon for years, and that didn't work.